Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the judges and all the audience. I am Sharifah Aisha Mira binti Said Rusli from University of Malaysia. Today I am going to present my study entitled Willingness to Pay for Cancer Genetic Testing in University Kebangsaan Malaysia Medical Center. So, as we talk about genetic testing, there are two things that we need to consider. First is the genetic testing and the financial state. So for genetic testing, it can help people understand the risk of their diseases, determine their healthcare and medical treatment plans, as well as adjust their lifestyle. And according to International Agency for Research Cancer, there were 29.3 million people in Malaysia with 37,400 patients were diagnosed with cancer. And health financing currently is very challenging. Healthcare cost is escalating and there is limited resource available. Thus, cost sharing is becoming very important. So the main problem now is to contain the healthcare costs, which are currently financed by the government. So by assessing this willingness to pay, the study will help policymakers to identify the group of individuals and methods for sharing this financial burden. My general objective is to determine the the factors associated with the willingness to pay for cancer genetic testing, and the specific objectives are to determine the willingness to pay for cancer genetic testing and to assess the association between socio-demographic, knowledge, attitude and practice with the willingness to pay. For methodology, the study design was a cross-sectional study done in January to February 2017 in UKMMC, done in patients and their caretaker attending oncology clinic and daycare unit in UKMMC from January to February 2017 who meet the inclusion and exclusion criteria with the sample size of 175 respondents using questionnaire. And the conceptual framework consists of 4 independent variables, which is the socio-demographic, knowledge, attitude and practice in relation to the willingness to pay itself. For descriptive result, it consists of socio-demographic, knowledge, attitude, practice and willingness to pay. For socio-demographic data, most of the 49% of the respondents were among the patients, followed by family and the community. And majority of the respondents are female, Muslims and married. For knowledge assessment, we divided into 3 categories, which is knowledge about cancer, knowledge about genetic, and knowledge about genetic testing. For knowledge about cancer, majority of the respondents have high knowledge of cancer, which is 85%, and knowledge about genetic, more than half of them have high knowledge compared to low knowledge, but not much different. And knowledge about genetic testing is quite poor among the respondents. Majority of the respondents have positive attitude towards genetic testing, and however, they did not. Most of them did not practice the test itself. For willingness to pay, more than half of the respondents, which is 58.86%, are willing to pay for the testing. And among those who are willing to pay, it shows that patients and family have more or less the same level of willingness to pay. And for the amount of money that they are willing to pay out of their pocket, 69%, most of them were willing to pay for less than 500 ringgit, with the average amount of 100 ringgit, and then followed by less than 1,000, less than 2,500, less than 2,000, less than 3,000, and less than 1,500. Okay, for the result for association, basically we analyze the association between socio-demographic, knowledge, attitude and practice with the willingness to pay for the test. In general, there was significant association for socio-demographic data, which is the education level and income, where the higher the education level, the higher willingness to pay, and the respondent among the middle income groups are more willing to pay. For knowledge, there was also significant association for the knowledge about cancer, genetic and genetic testing, where the higher the knowledge, the more willingness to pay. Same goes to attitude, the more positive the attitude, the more willingness to pay. However, for the practice, there were no association. Among the patient, there were no association for the socio-demographic, but there are association for all the knowledge categories, where the higher the knowledge, the more willingness to pay. And among the family, only the socio-demographic data, which is the education level, that have association. There were no association among the community. For discussion, majority of the respondents were willing to pay for the cancer genetic testing, supported by these two studies by Exit et al. 2017, where more than half of the patients are willing to pay for health services, and most of them are willing to pay for National Health Financing Scheme. And the middle income respondents has higher willingness to pay compared to lower and high income respondents, as aligned with this Macaron et al. Study, where majority of respondents are willing to pay among moderate to higher income. And then respondents with higher level of education has higher willingness to pay compared to lower education level. And then respondents with higher knowledge of cancer, genetic and genetic testing has higher willingness to pay for cancer genetic testing, supported by Senior et al. 2014, where stated that willingness to pay was higher among patients who understood the genetic testing. And then respondent with positive attitude has also higher willingness to pay for cancer genetic testing, where most of the respondents believe that any additional tests offered by the medical profession must be beneficial. In conclusion, majority of respondents were willing to pay for cancer genetic testing. Most of them were patients themselves. And then the income, education level, and knowledge about cancer, genetic and genetic testing influence their willingness to pay. And income can also be taken into consideration in calculation for implementation of National Health Financing Scheme. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the interesting research. It's good to know that people are willing to pay for cancer genetic testing. And is there any questions from the floor?
Thank you very much, Ain Shamira. This is a very interesting topic. Your clients or your respondents were patients themselves. What type of patients were they?
Okay. My respondents were among the patients and the caretaker. The caretaker here means the family, and the community means the community is other than family. The patient is the cancer patients.
Right. So there is already in a way predisposition for the respondents to answer towards financing because they are cancer patients themselves, and also the community that was taken as respondents were also having contact with these patients in a way. So in a way they are already some they have already some experience, and there are probably some inclinations towards financing for cancer because they have this background of taking care of these patients. That's one of the comments. The second question would be, what are the genetic cancer testing that was asked? I mean, there are so many cancer genetic testing. You have PSA, CEA, things like that. So was it specific?
For this study, it's only general.
So how do you ask the respondents? What was the question like?
Are you willing to pay for cancer genetic testing?
Any cancer genetic testing?
Any cancer genetic testing.
Right, so it was generic for everything.
Yes.
Alright, thank you.